Hi guys, so this is a bit of a random video. I needed some more videos for the end of Vlogmas. Libby is asleep behind me if you hear like sucking noises and stuff, so I thought I would show you what we've got Nanu for Christmas. His main present was his cat castle. He's actually got that up downstairs at the moment because one, I wanted to see how it went together. Sorry, one, I wanted to see how it went together, see if I needed like screws and stuff to put it together, and two, I don't know if I said on here, but Nanu had an infected bite the other week on his head, so he's got a big scab on his head now. Basically got infected and we had to take him to the vets, and he had to have it cut and cauterized and drained and all other stuff. So yeah, he's getting better now, but we kind of put it out just to kind of cheer him up kind of thing. So all the rest of his presents are in his stocking, and he has got a personalised one. So I'm just going to take everything out and hope he doesn't come up the stairs and go mental, just to show you what we got. So this one was from TK Maxx. It was only 99p, and it's just a little mouse here, and this bit has got catnip in it. You put that bit inside of there, and it's just got a little feather on the tail. So yeah, we got in that one. I'll have to put a picture of the cat castle at the end, and then I've just got in one of these little stockings. This was from the online pound shop, but they also do them in Poundland and stuff. So it's just got like a little fish with a bell on, a catnip bag, two little like foamy balls, and then this little one with a bell in. It's like tinsely kind of fluffy balls down there. And then he's got this cat teaser, which was Home Bargains for 49p, I believe. And these are like the netting that you'd use to make a tutu, and these are like crinkly ones. So we've got in that one. And then he's got a few more little toys. These were out of a set in Home Bargains for £1.99. There's a few more in his stocking stocks, who just basically took it all out. So there's a little mouse with a feathery bottom. It's just one of these like wicker balls with a bell in it. We've got a fish with like another feather bottom. I'm just going to dive into his thing. So this was another thing from Home Bargains. This was 49p, and this is a little lion. This one has catch things, and it comes like this on a piece of card, and you pull this side out and attach it to that to make it a big long wand. But we obviously haven't done it so it fits in his stocking better. And then we've got him some of these little milk drops. Now this was actually out of a stocking that you buy, a bit like the Whiskers ones, and you had these and some biscuits and stuff like that in it. I think these are from, the actual stocking thing was from Wilko or somewhere like that. But anyway, just got these yummy milk drops in there. And then Jade sent him one of these as well. And this is just a little Christmas pudding teaser with a bell on the top. This is from Poundland. And then he's just got this little chicken. This was from Home Bargains. And it's got a little catnip ball inside it just there. So they go chasing after it. It's just like really fluffy. So we've got him that. And then we bought him it's like a plastic big ball from Home Bargains. It was 99p, and it has some little toys in it. So it's got this little red and green crinkly ball, two of his little balls with bells in that he loves, a red and silver crinkly ball, and then from that stocking I said about, there's some more. There's irresistible catnip drops. So we just took them off the big stocking to put them in his. And also in the big ball that had these in there, they had these, and these are just like fluffy pom-poms. I think you can get these in craft stores like this. But yeah, I got two of those in there. And then I'm just grabbing stuff. So I think these were from Poundland. I think they come as a set of 3, and they're just like kind of a wicker mouse with little ears and feathers on the bottom. So I think there is another one in his box somewhere. This was in a little, it was from Pound World, and it's got like a little thing of catnip inside it, and you had the Father Christmas, the snowman, and the reindeer. And I think I got Father Christmas, and I think I got the snowman because the reindeer just looked a bit funky kind of thing. He's got another little jingle ball, one of these big pom-poms. These, drop it. These were from Home Bargains. These were 49p for 2. He loves these. He found his stock in the other day and he already pulled 2 out. These are 39p for 2, and these are just really soft squidgy mice, big long feather base. He loves anything with feathers on. And there's the little snowman. Like I said, these were from Pound World, and they have catnip inside them. Then he's got another cat teaser, and as you say, you just pull it apart, put it in like that. This is again from Home Bargains. This was 49p. So this one goes with that one. So I'll sort that out in just a second. Then this little twig, this is meant to be smelly, so cats like it, and it's got feathers on it. This is a twig cigar or something it's called, and it was from Pets at Home, and it was reduced to 99p from £3. So I thought he'd like that. And then I got some of these from Wilko for him. So it's 10 cat sticks with festive duck and goose, and these are like 89p, and he loves these. So we've got him some of those. Just diving back in, guys. So there's the third one of those ones that came from Poundland. He's got another little bell ball. Because I know when we went to Poundland, you can buy like a little bag of like 6 little toys or something. So that's where some of these come from. He's got this little rattly, looks like a tennis ball. And another bell ball. And another one of these pom-poms in pink. And then this chicken that I showed you, I told you it's got a ball inside it, and these are the other balls you get with it. You get chicken and you get like 3 spare balls. So better put them where they're not going to roll off anywhere. So then we've also got this ball, it's got a little bell in it, and this little toy's got a bell in it. Again, we've just been picking them up like Poundland when we see the packs of them and stuff. And I'm just trying to get the last bits out. So last one in there, you've got another one of these little tennis ball things in blue. Another little bell ball. He loves the bell balls, and like they're everywhere, all over our house. An actual little pink bell. One of these ones has got a little bell in it, but they're like kind of jelly pieces. I don't know if you can see that. Another bell ball, because he does love his toys. A little pink mouse. Another one of these little foil rattle balls. So all we've done is just empty out all the toys from the original packets and stuff, and we've just chucked them all in this. What we're going to do is we're going to just put the stocking on the floor in the middle of the sitting room, and he can just go mental taking stuff out. So that's what we're going to do. Let's pop everything back in again. So yeah, I mean, the biggest expenditure was the cat castle. But, you know, he's an adopted cat, so we're going to treat him. Obviously, he's had owners in the past. We're fully aware of that. And obviously, he will have been spoilt in the past. But this is like our first year with Nanu. Because obviously, we kind of only took him on halfway through the year. So, like, officially took him on halfway through the year. Up until then, we were kind of sharing him, because basically he had an owner, and unfortunately his owner passed away, and it was 5 days before anyone found the owner or Nanu. So obviously he was trapped in a house. There was food in the house, but obviously he couldn't get to it because it was in like cupboards and stuff. So when they found the owner and Nanu, he was very malnourished because he hadn't ate for a week. And basically the lady that passed away, her ex-husband, took on Nanu. And basically Nanu took one look at the ex-husband and was like, mate, I'm not staying with you. So that was when he started coming round to visit us. And Libby grew attached to him. They get on well together. Yeah, he seems to like Libby. He's really good with Libby. You know, she can poke and prod him, and he doesn't really, not that he doesn't really mind, he just kind of gets on with it. So to say, yeah, okay, cool, you know, you learn how far you can go with me, kind of thing. But he's really good with Libby, and he started coming around just to our back door. We'd gone round to our local neighbours and said, you know, these cats keep coming in our garden. If they're yours, are you happy that we put down some food for them? And all the local owners that owned the other cats that came around, as well as Nanu, said, yep, just put down dry biscuits. You know, none of them are on special dietary things. So that's what we did. We just put out biscuits, and Nanu was one of the ones that came round all the time. We obviously didn't know the names of the cats, so Libby had like named them. So there was a big fat brown fluffy one, so Libby nicknamed that one Fluff, and she'd shout Fluff at the door when it came. And then there was one that looks like it's got half a moustache, so we nicknamed that Half Tash, and Libby was just calling that one Kitty. And that one came and went. And then there was another one as well that she called Cat, and that one kind of has disappeared. And then Nanu was coming around, and she was calling him Go-Go Cat, and she would go out in the back garden and shout Go-Go Cat, Go-Go Cat, and he'd come running. And then we put he came back one day, and he had a flea collar on, which he had for a little while anyway. He came back with a number on this flea collar, so I texted the number, and I was like, you know, I don't know whether you've lost your cat, this is why the numbers turned up on it. I didn't know whether it was like a family that had moved house and the cat didn't know. So I texted the number, and the lady rang back and said, is this your cat? And I was like, no, he's been coming to my garden for quite a while. And she said, well, it's not my cat. It comes and visits me every day, but it's not my cat. I think it's a stray. So then next time it came to us, we got him in a carrier, and we took him to the vets. And we found out from this lady that he was going around to her flat, this next door neighbour's flat, and our house. And he was like spending nights at different places, and he'd never spend the night with us, but he'd like feed and stay there for hours. And he was like sharing the nights with the lady. So we took him to the vets. He wasn't microchipped, and we rang the RSPCA, and the RSPCA said, you know, by all means you can bring him in, but we don't have any room for him at the moment, so if you could keep him it'd be better. So we said, okay, well, he's kind of going between us three. So I put a new collar on him, and I put our contact details on it, and we let him out again. And I contacted the lady and her next door neighbour that he was frequenting between us, said, I've put a new collar on him, this is my address, it's on the collar, any problems ring me. So then he came back one day, like the next day, and his brand new collar had gone, and I was like, oh great, he's lost his collar. So then I had a text saying, I think you've got my cat. So then I texted the number back, and I was like, well, you know, I put the number on the cat. As far as I was concerned, it was stray. We took it to the vets, and it was not microchipped. And this was the ex-husband of the lady that passed away that I was speaking to, and he said, yeah, he's my cat, but he never seems to come home. I said, well, no, he's spending time at my house and 2 other houses. So the guy was like, okay, well, if you're happy to feed him, he seems to be feeding at yours and then coming to see me. He said, so do you want to share the cat? I was like, okay. And then he told us his name was Nanu, and he was 4 years old, and he told us the story of his ex-wife and, you know, how he became the owner. So we were like, okay, right, thanks. So we kind of shared ownership. And then I hadn't seen Nanu for like 3 days, so I contacted Tim, the ex-husband, and he said, no, I haven't seen Nanu. So I contacted the other 2 people that he was visiting, and the lady said, no, I haven't seen him. And we found out her neighbour, who he'd been visiting, had gone away on holiday that day, and he wasn't going to be back for 3 weeks. So we found out the Nanu wasn't at Tim's, he wasn't at his lady's, so he's obviously got to be in this house, in this flat. So then that lady went round and looked at all the windows, and she could see Nanu inside. So then she knew her next door neighbour. She contacted Glenn, and Glenn was on holiday, and he contacted his best mate and said, you've got the key, go and let this cat out. So the plan was I was going to go round to the house with the carry box and try and capture Nano. So I went round to see Tim and I explained that Nano had been shut in for 3 days and we had found him, and said, when he comes out, do you want me to bring him to you? And he said, no, the cat doesn't bloody like me, just will take the fucking cat on. And I was like, that's a bit rude, you know, like we originally shared ownership. I was going to feed him and he said he would take care of all vet's bills. And, you know, the cat hadn't come back for 3 days. I was the only one who worked out where the hell the cat was and wondered where the cat was. And he said, no, you can take the fucking cat. So when he was released from the house, they were meant to call me and I was meant to go around with the carry box and go and get him. But they actually got in the flat and didn't tell me. And the next thing I knew, Nanu turned up on my doorstep crying in his eye, like kind of wailing like the cats do, like when they're in pain and stuff. He was wailing and wailing and wailing. And I let him in. And then from that day, he hasn't pretty much moved. He hasn't really left our house. He'll walk around the garden for a bit and he'll go out around this area, but he doesn't really like stay out all the time. He knows that like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, he comes in if he's been out, and that's baby's night time, and that's when he comes in. So Tim told us we could take him on full time. So the next time he came in, we put him in the carry box. We took him out to the vets. We got him checked over because Tim hadn't told us any records about him. He just said he was not microchipped, and as far as he was aware, he hadn't had any shots. So we took him up to the vets. We got him registered under our name. We rang our landlord and said, can we have this cat? They said, okay, you're going to have to pay £100 extra for any damage the cat pays. So you have to pay us another £100 deposit. So, pardon me, I paid that over the phone. So the landlord was allowing us to keep him. Tim had said, he's yours, have him. We got him microchipped. Oh my God. So then at that point he was officially ours. So we didn't let him out for 2 days, so we learned that this is where he stayed. This is where he could live now. This was his house. And he was really, really good. He's especially been good with Libby, and he'd asked to go out in the morning. Then he'd come back, he'd like go out for a wee, come back in, chill out on the bed, sleep for a bit, go back out in the garden, come back in. And that's pretty much his routine now. He gets up in the morning and he asks for his food and he has to be let out. He pretty much just goes outside, does his business, and the time it takes for Matt to make a cup of coffee, he's then back at the window asking to come in. Comes in, he eats his breakfast. He'll then probably come back upstairs and go to sleep for a bit more. Then comes down about 12, 1ish. He won't eat full packets of cat food. Pardon me, sorry guys. I'm filming this at 9:30 at night. He won't eat the full size pouches of cat food. He only eats a half size. So he gets fed like 3 times a day. So he has half a pouch, like one of these half pouches in the morning. He has another half pouch about 1, 2 o'clock-ish. When he comes back down, he asks to go back out. He comes back in and he asks for food. Then he'll go back upstairs, go back to sleep. Then he has to go out about 5 o'clock. And then he'll come back in by between 6 and 7 because he knows baby goes to sleep at 7:30. When she goes to sleep, she comes upstairs. He comes upstairs. When she falls asleep on our bed, he'll go to and lie down on her bed. And then just before she comes in, he'll come onto our bed and she'll go into her bed. And then after about 10 minutes after she's been in her bed, he will go and sleep on the end of her bed. If she starts to cry or starts to murmur in the night, he will walk up to her or stretch out if he's close to her and have his tail touching her or his paw touching her or something like that, and she just automatically calms down. So we've nicknamed him the nanny cat. She can't say nanu, so she calls him Nanas. So it's kind of like just a nickname that he's Nanas now, rather than Nanu, but he's registered as Nanu. But yeah, he's like kind of found his own place in the house. Oh, pardon me. We also do have the hamster. He pulled Boo Boo down once, and I think that really scared him, the noise of the cage falling. So we used to kind of, when we went to bed, we used to shut the kitchen door, so we only had the range of the stairs, her bedroom, our bedroom, and the bathroom, and the hallway. And then after a few months, he just didn't pay any attention to the hamsters now, so now we don't have to shut the door. But he's fully made himself at home. He's now kind of gone back into kitten mode, playing with a lot of toys. And from what I can see, he didn't really have any toys at Tim's when I went round to see him. So yeah, he's kind of made himself at home, and he's now being spoilt rotten at Christmas. So just that's what we've got for him. Like I say, he's had a cat castle already, so I'll put that picture at the end. So yeah, hopefully he'll like it, and God knows what he's going to be like with all the presents, because he's been really good with the trees, hasn't tried to climb them. Pardon me. Just stuff like that. So yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.